So now we'll go over how we can modify tables in Microsoft Word. And the first step would be how to sort data within a table. So let's say we want to take the results of this personality quiz, and we want to make sure that all of the colors are matched together. Maybe we're doing breakout rooms for our students and things like that, and we want them to be matched with their color. So we don't want the colors all jumbled up around the table. We want all the yellows, all the greens, and all the blues together. So the way you could do that is to click anywhere in the table, and then in the layout tab, there should be this sort icon here in the data group. So we're going to click that, and it's going to open up this sort dialog box, and we want to sort by the personality color and in ascending order, which just means kind of alphabetical order. So then when we press OK, all of the students who were the blue personality color are grouped together, the green and the yellow. And that's how you could sort a table in Microsoft Word. So the next thing we're going to do is configure cell margins and spacing. And one way you could do that is to go to this table and then set the cell spacing to 0.02 inches or 0.05 centimeters. And the way you would do that is so we're just going to add some space basically between the cells in this table. In the table, first I would just kind of click anywhere in the table to get this table layout tab. And then I'll click on the cell margins icon here. And then I have to click this option here that says allow spacing between cells, because the default is that it doesn't allow spacing between the cells. And then I want to choose 0.02, which is this option here. And then I'll press OK. And this is what our table looks like. So you can see there's a little bit of spacing between the cells now. Now for these next three skills, they're not likely to be on your exam, but they are word features, so I'll just kind of quickly gloss over them, and then we'll get to a skill that's more likely to be on your exam, the configure repeating row header. So the first one here is merge and split cells. So if we wanted to merge this top row together, you could just select the row, and then in the table layout tab here, we would just choose merge cells, and it would look like this. If you wanted to split the cell into two, you could also just put your insertion point in this cell and click split cell here. So we want to change this to 2 columns for this cell and just keep the row the same. So maybe you want to specify here its last name or something like that. So if you wanted to change the height of the rows in your table, that would be this cell size here, and the width would be here. If you want to get a little bit further and have a few more options, you can open the table properties dialog box and then choose the height of the rows and the column widths and the cell width as well. So that's how you would do that. Again, not likely to be on your exam. And if you ever wanted to split this table into 2 tables, what you would do is put the insertion point just below where you want to make the split. So let's say I want to split the table just above the Erica text here. So I would just put my insertion point here. And then in the table layout tab, I'll just click the split table option in the merge group here. So if I split table, you can see that I've split the top of the table from the bottom here. And that's how you would split a table, but again, not likely to be on your exam. Although there is a skill when it comes to modifying tables that will very much likely be on your exam, and that's how you can configure a repeating row header. So basically we want to repeat this row header. Let's say it's a really long table, and when we jump down to the next page, we're not really sure what these values represent. So we want to make sure this top row repeats on the second page as well. Or maybe this is a super long table, it repeats on more pages than just this one. So the way you would do that is just click on this first row to identify that that's the row we want to repeat. And then in the layout tab, we're just going to say repeat header rows. And then when we scroll down to the second part of this table that goes on to the next page, the header rows are repeated. So that's how you can repeat the headers on a second page.